here at the end, which I'm parking on the ends. Ooh, there's a spot opening up. Wonder if I should go try to get that spot before somebody else has. Chances are I may not be able to get to it. That Hirschbach's gonna get it. Whatever. I'm not gonna fuck with it until later. But yeah, I got parked here at a Love's here in Virginia. I'm in Greenville, Virginia. I'm about 2 hours away from my fuel stop, and then my delivery is about in Williamsburg, about 38 miles from there. So I'll be getting up around midnight, 2 o'clock to or better to go over there. So I told them I'd be there by somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. So just chilling out, about ready to go make some eggs and bacon. Hopefully the bacon's still good. I think I got another package of bacon in the fridge, and hopefully it's still good because I cooked the other package. But anyway, I'm gonna make some steak and eggs and have me some breakfast here in a little bit. Sit around and practice my Spanish, and I've been watching that Dexter, the original series, just got put back on Netflix. And after that, I think they're gonna put the Dexter New Blood on there after a while. So I'll watch all of that back to back. And then I've been watching Breaking Bad too, so yeah. Just winding down and hanging out. And this Love's is crazy. And I hate being on the end here because I'm like right on the end. And here, I'll show you guys. I'm parked right here on the end. Hirschbach did take that spot. I was gonna go take that spot, but I knew someone was gonna get there. But I hate when straight trucks and bobtails take full spots when they could park anywhere, when those of us with trailers need those spots. But that's where I'm at. I'm right at the end. This isn't actually a spot. This guy in this truck to the left of me is actually in the last spot. So I just parked on the end, and I don't know if I want a chance leaving this spot. Because I don't want a chance not being able to get in, not being able to get back over here. I'm gonna go get me a shower a little later. And I'm getting up sometime after midnight. Sometime between midnight and 2. So but at least I'm kind of got out of that cycle of going between Jacksonville and Houston and St. Louis. I picked this load up in St. Louis. This guy leaving?
30-minute warning.
Shit, this guy's leaving. This guy's leaving, so I'm gonna probably worm my way over into this spot. But a guy that parked himself right behind everybody, so I gotta be careful not to back into him. But I'm gonna carefully move myself over here. If my GPS wasn't in the way, you'd be able to see out that window a little better. I'm going to get into this actual spot. Try not to back into that guy that's parked behind everybody. And this other dude is going to park beside me, it looks like, where I was just at. Cool, because then he'll be kind of a guard. Because I hate being on the direct end, because then you're a target for all the third-rate drivers who don't pay attention to what they're doing and wind up backing or trailing their trailer right into you and busting shit up. So, let's see if I can do this without backing into this dude back there. Close enough. There we go. Perfection. Got into my spot now. Now this other guy's gonna probably park next to me. I hope he does, because then he'll guard my truck from getting hit. Because I hate being on the end. So I'm gonna put my stuff in here real quick. Alrighty. Cool beans. Now we're all good. And if this guy, hopefully that's what he's getting ready to do. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just sitting here. He's just sitting there. I don't know what he's doing. I thought he was going to try to back in next to me, but maybe this place is just a zoo right now. Hopefully he'll calm down a little bit. It's like a rush hour at the Loves here in Greenville, Virginia. So pretty big Loves, pretty big parking lot. So he's just sitting there. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's fixing to do. Whatever. So I'm due to be home here on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So we'll see what happens. I gotta be back in Des Moines, Iowa by the 3rd. So we'll see what they wind up doing with me. What is today? It's the 25th. How many days are in June? Is it 30 or 31? My daughter's birthday is here on the 29th. She turns 6 on the 29th. When I go home, we're going to celebrate her birthday, Father's Day, 4th of July. My father-in-law's getting put in a home. We got to go take care of his stuff. And just a whole lot of stuff going on. I might have to install, change out our bedroom door with a new doorknob. So it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff packed into 4 days. It's going to be crazy when I get home. It always is. Sometimes you gotta go to work to rest up. I don't know if that's the same way with you guys, but yeah. All right, I am officially in the sleeper. It is basically 2 o'clock, so if I get up around midnight, that's my 10 hours. Oh yes, see, this guy is parking next to me. Not the same, I don't think it's the same guy. I got this guy parking next to me. Cool beans. So now I am guarded from getting hit. Look in that mirror there. Cool, cool. So it is definitely a zoo. Everybody's looking for a place to park. Did someone just leave? One CHI just left. The other one's taking the spot, it looks like. Oh well, I found my spot. I'm staying here till at least midnight or so. And then I gotta go drive over there to Williamsburg, get unloaded, and see where they're sending me next. Let's see if they sent me another load yet. Nope. Cool. Craziness at the truck stop. Excuse me. So, what's everybody else doing? Fixing to go relax, practice some Spanish, watch some TV. Eventually I'll go in and get a shower, make myself some steak and eggs and whatever else I decide to have with it. There should be some bacon. So I've made a nice little breakfast there. Maybe I'll film it, maybe I won't. I'll either make it as a short or I'll do an actual video of it. So it's 94 degrees here in Virginia, where I'm at. Just hot enough to keep my truck idling. I'll probably put on opti idle eventually. When the sun goes down, I should probably do that, because then the temperature is going to drop enough that my truck won't keep running. And then as soon as that happens, whenever this truck is not running, I got to get this inverter looked at to find out why this thing does this beeping, and then it starts out just beeping, and then it's a constant beep the whole time the truck is not running. And then once you start the truck up again for about a minute or two or whatever, the inverter stops chirping and stuff. And so I don't know what the dealio is with it. I'm gonna have it looked at. But I am kind of considering looking for a job where I'll be closer to home. I'm thinking about getting a line haul job where I'll be home every day or every night. Get out of CR England. They're just a little bit too strict safety wise for me. Making a big deal about stupid stuff. They're just a little too strict for me. And they're doing a good job keeping me running. They've kept me running. I have to say that they've been running me hard. I think I would do better at a better company. Bang Bay was having trouble keeping up with me, and my paychecks were up and down, up and down. This has been consistent lately. Consistent miles and consistent pay. My paychecks after taxes and all that stuff comes out. It's been pretty much about the same. So, but I think I could make more somewhere else. Craziness at the truck stop. Everybody's looking for a place to park, and I refuse to go to Pilots anymore because it seems like all these Pilots are dang near 100% prepaid reserved parking. And then depending on the TA or Petro you go to will depend on whether or not it's prepaid reserved parking. And I refuse to pay for parking if I don't have to. I think it's totally dumb, the prepaid parking. I think it's dumb. Should be first come, first served. It's dumb that you do your due diligence to get somewhere in a halfway decent time in the afternoon or early evening before all the craziness starts of everybody looking for a spot, and somebody who is 4 or 5 hours away can get on there and just reserve a spot, and they'll come out and try to kick you out. I haven't tried to do it, but I heard from another driver that cops won't come out and enforce that for the truck stops. The truck stops are on their own, and the cops been refusing to come on to truck stops and make drivers move if they're in a spot that's been reserved by another driver. They won't. I've heard, I don't know if it's true, I've just heard that from secondhand information. I don't know how true it is, and I don't know if the truck stops can actually force you to move and kick you out of a spot. And so I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that there's been drivers that have refused to leave, and the truck stops had to refund the money to the drivers that tried to reserve that spot. When I was trying to find a parking spot at a Flying J in Salt Lake City, one of the security guards running around on a golf cart there told me that paying those reserved parking fees was paying for the extra security to keep the lot lizards out of the truck stop, and keeping all the shenanigans that goes on in truck stops from going on. So I do not know I don't know. I think the truck stops should be be doing this security stuff anyway, especially if they're in a spot that has a high degree of that stuff going on. I noticed at the TA in El Paso that I stopped at once years ago, like 12, 14 years ago, whenever that was. I think that had to have been back in 2014 13 or 14, whenever that was. I had stopped with a ex-code driver when I was driving for CRST, and we got parked across the street in the parking there. And I stopped there recently when I went through there to look around, and they had changed it. I was going to look for a place to park, and it was practically all paid parking, and they had a lot more security around, and it didn't look the same. But I know that when we got parked there was a bunch of hookers running around, especially one who was going around in different trucks and stuff. And truck, my phone's overheating, so we're gonna move over there. So yeah, bunch of craziness. I usually don't see a whole lot of that anyway at truck stops, but until this past year, in the last 10 years, I've done mostly team running and doing runs where I didn't stop at truck stops. We stopped to fuel and swap. Really, I mostly did team driving, and I was home every couple of days. Other than a short stint up until about this last December, in the last 10 years, I was hauling mail, doing team runs, hauling mail, and I was only gone on the road for a couple days at a time and home for a couple of days. And about 3-4 years ago, I worked at K&B Transportation, and then a couple years before that, I did that where I worked at Randy's Diesel Repair, where I hauled liquid A. With the exception of that, the last or so, I was hauling mail, and before that, I worked for about 3 years at CRST doing team runs, and we didn't stop, and we just go. I'm used to go and not stopping much. I don't mess around. I'm used to hopping in the seat and going and doing 10 hours, and working the last 10 years working for Alan Ritchie hauling mail, going over the mountains. We didn't stop just because the chain law went up. We stopped and chained, and that's where I learned how to chain. And a lot of you guys out there, if it's bad enough I have to chain, it's too bad for me to be out driving. Well, I don't agree with that, because most of the time when the chain law's up, it's just because some idiot, there's enough people to crash banged up in the mountains that they've decided that they needed drivers and cars and stuff. And anymore, they usually put the chain law up for the cars and four-wheelers and stuff to people with four-wheel drive, and cars have to have some sort of chains or whatever, or snow tires or whatever, in order to legally go through the mountains at that time. And then if it gets even worse, then they start making the trucks do chains if they get enough trucks spinning out on trying to drive up the mountains, because it gets too slick. Most of the time, a lot of guys don't even know how to chain, never got taught how to chain, don't have the first clue how to do it, and they're lucky if they even have chains on their truck to be able to chain. Do yourself a favor and learn how to chain in case have to do it. One of these days, you're going to be up in the mountains with chains, or maybe without chains.
Come on back, driver. Come on back.
And you're not going to know if you don't know how to chain, you're going to be stuck in a very bad place. You don't want to be stuck sitting on the side of the road. It's not that bad to get out and chain and to take the chains off most of the time. If you're a truck driver and you don't know how to chain, then I don't know what you're doing out here. Hopefully you're not running in any of the places where you got a chain, where during the winter that they require chains to get put on. And if you're running in areas where you don't have to worry about it, then I guess it's no big deal. But if you're running all 48 states and there's any chance you might wind up in any of the mountains during when the chain law goes up, do yourself a favor and learn how to chain, because most of the time it's not that big of a deal. Throw some chains on, throw your differential on, your hazards on, don't drive over 35, and just keep moving so you can still make good, decent time and not get slowed down too much. Get up over that mountain and stop and take your chains off. Make sure you know what the chain law is wherever mountain pass you're on. It's not that big of a deal, guys. It really isn't. And a lot of drivers are scared of it. And there's no reason to be scared of chaining up. That guy left. I've no longer got a truck gardening my truck, being on the end. So it is what it is. I don't know what your guys' take on that is, but oh yeah, this guy's parking right next to me. Cool. Are you parking next to me? No, he's into the fuel aisle. Darn it. So we need to park next to me. Alrighty. I'm not going to stay on too much longer because I'm going to head back here and relax. Take a load off, might take a little bit of a nap, get up here later and go get me a shower, put on some different clothes, shave. I don't want to, before this last time I showered, I let too much time go before I took another shower, and I don't want that to happen again. I like getting the shower at least every other day. I still got plenty of clean clothes, so but that's my suggestion. I know it's summertime, but eventually summertime will be over with. I suggest you watch videos on how to put chains on and know how to do it, because you never know when you might have to know how to put chains on in order to get yourself unstuck somewhere. Every time I've been in the mountains when the chain law goes up, there's always some ding-a-ling comes over to me. Can you help me chain up? You got chains you can sell? Can you show me how to do this? And then there's guys up there in the mountains that will charge you a good price for your truck up for you. They might even sell you the chains and then install them for you, but it'll cost you a pretty penny. I don't know how much it is, but I wouldn't pay it. I'd rather keep my money than deal with that crap. And I'd rather keep rolling than to sit up there on the side of the mountain or pull over. I'm out there trying to get the miles in there. I don't want to just pull over, not when I don't have to. I'd rather stop, throw some chains on, get up over the mountain, take the chains off, and keep rolling. It's usually not that big of a deal, unless it's a major storm where it is definitely unsafe to be out there. But everybody's level of comfort is different, because some of you guys that got into truck driving didn't grow up north where you got used to driving in snow in your regular vehicles. Some of y'all didn't grow up around snow and the cold, freezing weather. You grew up down in Florida or Texas or California or down south in the states that don't really get the bad weather, so you don't have a flipping clue. These guys, every time down the southern states that don't get the weather like that, you can tell, because every time there was a little bit of a rain, even just hard rain, and especially here lately, though, there's been a lot more rain this year, there's always a wreck every time there's even just hard rain. It's just like, really? Because you guys, some of you guys, never learned how to drive in this stuff, never learned how to feather your brakes, never learned how to be smooth, to drive smoother when you get into the weather. So it's all just part of learning to be a better driver and knowing when and how to do stuff. And I'm not near as much as an aggressive driver as I used to be. I have backed off and I have kind of mellowed out a little bit, because I'm learning that you don't necessarily have to be as aggressive just to do stuff. But there's a few times maybe I should have let the old self come out and drive like that so I could further. But with all these companies cracking down with the cameras and the lane sensors, proximity sensors, and all this crap, and all this stuff that they're doing, it almost makes it so you don't even want to drive truck anymore, because you just can't drive without the company harping on some little stupid thing you do. Oh, you should have hit your brakes on this. You got cut off. I got called by Steer England. I had 2 critical events from the camera. Oh, you got cut. Both of these driving events were because a truck driver cut you off and you never hit your brakes, and you just let them pull away from you. Just because they're going faster than you and they come in front of you, you still need to hit your brakes. So I just agreed with them and whatever, let them say their piece. But I love it. They had people calling you, telling you stuff, and this was a lady that probably doesn't even know how to drive a truck, calling, trying to tell me how to drive the truck, when they don't even know what it's like out here driving the truck. So it's kind of getting stupid out here with all this stuff from these companies that are cracking down. Thinking about finding me a little more of a smaller company to go drive for that hopefully doesn't have all these sensors and cameras and stuff on the truck. I don't know, I'm just thinking I want to go find a job where I'm home every night and start working on my other YouTube channel again, where I can go home every day and I can work on my other YouTube channel, do the creative projects, where I can do my paintings, my woodworking, my leatherworking, my wilderness survival stuff, and wilderness survival skills, and all the creative stuff that I like to do on my other channel, Jason's Creative Adventures. And lately on my edited channels, I've been putting that link on there. And I don't know if I can put that link in on these live feeds or not. I gotta figure that one out. Yeah, thanks, man. Just sitting out here in Virginia. Just got stopped. Fortunately, I got me an end spot. It's the worst spot you can have in a truck stop. I'm not even in an actual spot. I just creatively parked next to these guys. No, actually, that's not true. I was not into a spot, but the guy that was at this last spot moved, so I wormed my way over. But I'm hoping I had for like 5-10 minutes. There was a truck driver that parked next to me, and then he left. And I'm hoping someone else parks next to me to guard my truck, because I don't want to be on the end, because that makes me a target. Some idiot who doesn't know what they're doing is gonna come and hit me with their trailer or something, or do something stupid and crash bang my truck up, and then I'm gonna go around looking dumb going down the highway, being one of those guys that has part of their bumper or one of their mirrors messed up or something, because somebody's gonna hit me. And so far I've had this truck and nothing has gotten hit on it or anything. I'm trying to keep it that way. So, just hanging out. But be on home time at the end of the week. Oh, good Lord. Never realized all my little crawdad and shrimp stuff that I cooked yesterday got all over my rug, and I didn't realize it until just now. I threw that bag of trash away already, but oh well, I'm gonna have to shake my rugs out and sweep and blow everything out. Yeah, I was just down by there just a few days ago. Yeah, I did get a spot. I have seen a couple people leave, but there's no way that there's no way I would have gotten a spot in time. I thought about, a Hirschbach. I knew that Hirschbach was going to get over there and get that spot before he could get over there, because if you see that orange Hirschbach truck, right? Yeah. Come on. Right there. He parked in that spot. Someone left and I saw it and I said, I should go try to get that. But I knew that Hirschbach was coming around the corner and they were going to grab it, so I didn't even bother moving. This is right about this time in the afternoon when most guys are probably trying to get a spot. Yeah, come on. I'm not going to be on too much longer. I'm going to go back here and relax. Make myself something to eat. Whatever. I'm gonna be driving after midnight. And I'm 2 hours from my fuel stop in, where's that fuel stop? That fuel stop is in Providence, Ford, Virginia. Let's see. Don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you can read that or not, but that's what that sign says. Does that say 3? It's hard to read at this angle. If you guys were able to read that, that's what it is. I'm not able to read that very well, and I'm right underneath it. 339 unleaded, 393, 3 or 4 something. That sign goes back and forth from 3 something to 4 something. I can't even tell what it says for sure. But, alrighty. Yeah, that's what it is here in Virginia. So, that's what it is. But, yeah. I meant to get going at midnight last night, and I laid back down, woke up at 3 o'clock, and got going. Why do I always talk about chains? Because I'm used to, I don't know. Because I have a lot of guys that make comments about they refuse to chain. If it's bad enough to chain, then it's too bad for me to be on the road. And I have a difference in opinion about it because I have done nothing but I try not to chain if I don't have to, but I'd go back and forth over west of Denver, up over the Eisenhower Johnson tunnels and Vail Summit constantly over the last 10 years, with the exceptions of when I worked a couple other places. When I worked at Al Ritchie, if we had to chain, we stopped to chain. And that's where I learned how to chain. And it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there, but I am on the I am contemplating finding me a local job and stuff. Coming to Sierra England, like I said right when I came here, that this was a kind of a redemption period because it's where I started at. Yeah, I've been out here quite a while, and I've got things going on at home. I got my father-in-law getting put in a home, and got the 2 little ones at home, and my wife has got health problems, and I need to be home more. And I'm thinking I need to find me a job where I'm home more than what I am. I'm fine out here. If I didn't have the wife and kids and stuff, I would be fine out here. I could be out here all the time and be fine with it. But I also got other interest things too. Like, I'm a very creative guy, and I like to do creative and You know, I'm one of those. Have you ever heard the term maker? Those guys on YouTube are always on there making stuff and being creative. I like to do paintings. I like to do artistic things. I like to do woodworking. I like to do anything creative where I get to do stuff. And, I have my garage set up with all my tools on wheels so that I can pull the wife's car out of the garage and bring everything out and have the table saw and everything out so I can have everything set up to just do everything I want if I'm doing a woodworking project. I love to make YouTube videos. I like to study wilderness survival and practice those skills if I have time. Yep. Definitely. I'm definitely wanting to get off the truck. At least just want to be home more. I'm fine with being on a truck and still driving truck, but I just would like some time to be home to do my other hobbies and skills. I'm thinking a line haul job where I'm home every night would be best. And it was nice when I was at Bay and Bay because I would float through the house more and I could stop and do my tent sometimes at home and go up and see the kids more, and that was nice. I was just getting flustered with them because they weren't keeping up with me. And then when my dispatcher's boss tried to blow a bunch of lies up my butt, they kind of pissed me off. So I just decided I'd come here and do a little bit of redemption. But this place is way too strict with their stuff here. They're just too strict about everything. And communication sucks at this company. It doesn't really feel like they really listen to their drivers, but yet they do all these huddle things, which I haven't really participated in because I just think it's a big old circle jerk. And they don't want me getting on there because I'll tell them how full of crap they really are. And they're trying to be all strict about stuff, and so it's definitely a good starter company if you can survive here at Sierra England for a good year or two to get your time in. Then you can go work other places and do pretty good. But they're getting better though. They're getting better all the time. When I first started out, they were having all kinds of issues with keeping us going and everything. It took them a little while to get us onto a truck. Got us onto a truck. It took them a day or two to get us rolling, and then we got out there to Cartersville, Georgia, and it took them a little bit to keep us busy. They were just having us go and pick up empty trailers and crap. And now they're keeping us moving. Now it's been yeah, they do need me at home. My family does need me at home, man. So, but I just got to decide, and I'm not going to rush into it. Like I kind of rushed into leaving Bay and Bay. I kind of just called up Sierra England, and they told me about this. This is supposed to be 100% dropping hook, and it has not been 100% dropping hook. I think I've had one load that was 100% dropping hook. Everything else has been live load, live unload, and it hasn't been at all what it's supposed to be. my current dispatcher is kind of got a, when I was at Jacksonville and dropped my load, and I had to sit there and wait for an empty trailer. When I was talking to her on the phone, I was telling her, well, we got 4 guys and sending their bobtails here. What do you need bobtails? She said on the phone. And I said, trucks without trailers. So that was a dead-on clue that she had definitely not been doing this very long. And she didn't know what a bobtail was. I wonder what other lingo, trucking lingo, she doesn't know. So it's just like, and my dispatches in the last month or so since she took over have been, however long I've had this lady as my contact, have been just, it's just like, I'm getting these dispatches and it's just like, I figured out what their secret is to why they say they got a 99 some percent on-time delivery and pickup. It's because they dispatch you and they want your daily ETAs, and if you're not going to make the scheduled drop or pickup, they just reschedule it. That's what they do. They just get on their thing and reschedule it. That's why they have that. As long as their drivers are communicating with the people well enough and doing whatever, they just reschedule it. And Bay's secret keeping their appointment times is they just give you so much time that if you're late, they don't know what you've been doing, because I ran about 24 hours on almost everything I touched. And it was pissing me off because I couldn't get it delivered. These guys wouldn't let me show up more than 2 hours early. I'd get there 24 to 25 hours. Yeah. I'm good at this driving stuff. The things I'm not very good at is scaling loads. Scaling loads is not my best thing to do. But I got this one. It's backwards in the screen, but if you can figure that out, that's my weights after I scaled out the second time. I'm getting better at scaling this truck and trailer, but scaling loads is not, that's one of my worst skills on the truck. I'm getting better at it. The heavier loads. I have figured out how to get better at this. No, I don't. But as long as I know I'm legal, I don't care. But when I was scaling out loads at K&B, I didn't struggle with scaling the loads too much. I could look at the trailer, look at the weight, kind of know right where I needed to have the tandems at. Because I wasn't going anywhere where I had to worry about the bridge locks much, because I was just pretty much staying within Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, and some of the central states, you know. Going down to Texas and Oklahoma and stuff, I really was kind of staying kind of in that general area, just kind of staying in the Midwest. So I didn't have to worry about the bridge log so much. But when I got to Bay, I was struggling. I was heavy as crap up front because of that APU on the truck that added weight. And when I finally learned that I could be 500 pounds over on the truck, that helped. But here, I think I brought a lot of extra stuff on the truck, which I'm gonna put a lot of that stuff, drop some of the stuff off. But I don't think I'm really that bad weight-wise on the truck itself. I think I just been over sliding my tandems when I've been trying to adjust the weights. And this last time I only had to do my initial weight to double check to make sure that the scales that I came from at Anheuser-Busch were right. Looked at it and that one was about right. And then I went and figured out I only had to move my tandems like one hole and rescaled it, and it was perfect. It was just like, whatever. Because I knew I was legal and I'd only I'm a little bit versed on them, but it's not my best skill. My thing is, I just get in and go, and I try to drive out my time and stuff like that. CR England is driving me batty with their not wanting to give me 34-hour resets much. The creative parking class has been. Oh no, they're swapping. Are they swapping trailers? Well, that bobtail is swapping out one trailer because that's a Landstar guy who must have parked there. Wonder if he's planning on staying there for the night. Those guys are obviously swapping out that trailer. Oh, I see. He's probably going over there to get that trailer right there. Because that's a non-stop whatever. That's a non-stop right there. Oh, come on. There. I wonder why that guy's still sitting there. Unless he's not going after that trailer. I don't know. I don't know. I can't know. Don't know. But, alright, I'm going to jump off here. Yep. Alright, Wagon Train 2023. I'm about to hop off here and relax and stuff, and I'll catch you next time, man. Appreciate you coming on and everything. I'm going to jump off here and do what I'm going to do, and I'll be back on the road tomorrow. Late in the morning, actually, at sometime after midnight, sometime between midnight and 2. I'm gonna hit the ground running. And hopefully no one hits me in the meantime. Talk to you later. I will, man. Peace out. Later, brother. Bye.